Looking for excitement? Chumba Casino is here. Play anytime, play anywhere. Play on the train, play at the store, play at home, play when you're bored. Play today for your chance to win and get daily bonuses when you log in. So what are you waiting for? Don't delay. Chumba Casino is free to play.
Experience social gameplay like never before. Go to Chumba Casino right now to play hundreds of games, including online slots, bingo, Slingo, and more. Live the Chumba life at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Girl You Know What podcast, season 6, episode 6. I am Danielle,
and I'm Keisha.
And girl, so let's just start out this way. How was your week?
It was good. You see, the frog is kind of gone.
Yeah, I see. You know,
back like cooked crack. Can we say that?
Yeah, you can
back
say
like
that.
cooked crack. I mean, that's what we used to say.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, girl, I'm back. And
good.
I don't sound crazy that much no more, so I done lost that little cough.
Girl,
Praise be to Jesus.
Okay.
Baby,
listen, because that girl,
that
she
cough
just
was
stays
gonna work
around.
on me.
Yeah, I get it. Ooh.
I do, but other than that, I feel like, oh, excuse me. See, did I tell you before
What
we
we were
got on
talking
here?
about, look.
Child, I'm old and I'm asleep.
Listen, because, you know, we wake up at the crack of dawn.
Listen, and this man thought it was appropriate to talk to me for 3 hours.
Oh,
we woke up
yeah.
at 5.
He had things
Baby,
to
I got to
say.
take a nap. I got to take a
Okay.
nap.
Okay.
Not this man. We up talking.
Right. Like it's the middle of the
I got to go
day.
to bed, sir, in the middle. Like it's the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Listen,
sleepy.
we old.
But we going to hold on.
Yeah, we going to get through this. So we got quite a few topics today. So,
Oh, we do.
Yeah. So, first, let's just go ahead and get, let me see. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just start with,
You want to start with politics?
Yeah, let's start with politics. Quick. Yeah,
You want to talk about Schumer? Because I just was sitting here watching Meet the Press, and he just got on here and gave his justification for why he voted against the party.
And please let us know what that was.
I'm dumb. That's what he just should have got up there and said. I'm dumb. I didn't have a reason. And so before they interviewed him, they played clips of what other, because I don't know if you all know this, but representatives, senators, they have been going to town hall meetings because the country, despite the fact that we're learning line dances, the country is in an uproar.
Yeah. I mean, just in case you didn't know.
Don't necessarily give a damn, but the country is freaking out.
Yeah.
White folks is crowding city halls.
Baby, they protesting.
And crowding high school gymnasiums and middle school auditoriums, hollering and screaming at their representatives and their senators. They're going ballistic.
Listen, they were out here they're at the Tesla dealership every weekend, and if not during the week too, but they were also outside of Easton over here. And if you're familiar with Columbus and you know the Easton area, it's not small, and it's like very busy, and they were out there protesting yesterday. So
yes, these white people are going crazy.
Yeah.
Screaming at their fellow white people, telling them to do their darn jobs and stand up and stop voting with Trump or whatever that white lady was saying. But they're in an uproar, and some of the people were like, look, so I guess Donald Trump tweeted Chuck Schumer and said, great job.
That set them the fuck off.
And so the Democrats are in an uproar.
Yeah.
They say, you're on the wrong side when the president is tweeting to you, good job.
Exactly.
Thanks.
Exactly.
You're on the wrong side. Whatever you did, it was the wrong thing to do.
Right.
If he's thanking you.
And you getting the brunt of it because you the leader. I don't.
What you get.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, so you can.
And Nancy is standing 10 toes down. She don't care
if
Chuck is her homeboy or not. She keeps saying. So they put her statement up. She already has said it was unacceptable.
That part.
Now she is saying you never give up something for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
His excuse was, well, if we would have done that, they would have just refused it. If we would have asked for something, they would have said no. And then we would have been in this. Hi, Mr. Schumer. I'm not necessarily sure if you are aware of the requirements for your job,
Right.
but that's your fucking job.
Yeah.
Who gives a damn if they say no?
Mm-hmm.
You were supposed to ask for shits and giggles because that's what the people pay you for.
Exactly.
But little me in Ohio,
Right.
we don't know what we're talking
We
about.
don't know
So
what we're talking about, because speaking of which, and this will be a good segue into one of our hot topics.
mhm,
There was, I can't think of his name, but Van Lathan reposted an interview, and I'm sure it was a mega donor. I can't think of his
mhm,
name, damn, but of course he's white.
mhm.
Probably never heard of a HBCU until Kamala Harris got in the White House. Well, I mean,
Right.
till she became vice president, all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But he basically said that, her attending Howard isn't like she attended Harvard. And he basically was calling Howard, people who get into Howard, dumb. Pretty much.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I blame you, black people,
that part. That's the first thing I thought
because
of.
you Negroes,
Mm-hmm.
you step and fetch Negroes, love to get accepted to Harvard
Mm-hmm.
and love to post it online. You made them believe that that was an institute. Because let's be clear, I don't care what school it is.
Mm-hmm.
They believe it's better because it's white.
Right. And so do y'all. Majority of
I
y'all.
don't care if it's Ohio University.
Mm-hmm.
They hold it to a higher esteem because it's white.
Exactly.
Now remember, Harvard is just old.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the only places that was a place of higher learning and higher education.
Wasn't it was like the first quote unquote Ivy League school or something like that? It was like the one that was like the top tier for a very long time.
And let's be clear, it was only top tier because of the people that they allowed in. So it probably
Mm-hmm.
was affluent people's kids.
Yeah.
It's not because it's necessarily, and I think this about any college. They may have more programs. They may have more. I'm not always convinced that it means that there's a depth of knowledge in that place.
I mean,
Because let's think about, was it Harvard or where did Kamora Lee Simmons' daughter go to school? Was it Harvard
honestly,
or
I don't
Columbia?
know. I don't know.
I feel like it was Harvard
Mm-hmm.
because me and my friend, we kept looking in. It wasn't me and you zooming in on her diploma like, well, wait a minute. What did she get a diploma in? Because when they said she graduated, it didn't necessarily have a major. And I kept saying, okay, well, what's it in? Like, you just got a degree from Harvard?
Right.
It's either Harvard or Columbia. But what I'm saying is, you guys, the hoopla that you make about the university is what has made them believe that the university is like. Because listen, they can put any number on a piece of paper that they want to.
Oh yeah.
They control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So they're the ones saying that their institution is the best.
Yeah, of course.
It's just like when you ask somebody, well, are you a good friend? Yeah, I'm a great friend.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, let me ask your friends. I don't want to ask. Of course you
Of course you gonna say
judge
that.
yourself. Exactly. That's the same thing they do with Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
That's the exact same thing they're doing. And you all have made it like, I'm no disrespect, and I don't care who here. If you posted one of them weak ass videos with your kids, I damn sure didn't like it. If you post any of them weak ass videos with your kids getting into a white school, I'm not liking it.
No, I mean I can't. I mean it looks like
I'm sorry, but
okay.
I'm not.
Yeah.
Because the fact that it's 2025 and y'all haven't learned. So what did I say last week? It really troubles me that we as black women, we know what the workforce is like to be a black woman, to be a black person
Mm-hmm.
in a minority situation. And we said, why do you send your kids into those situations, right?
Right.
a guy, he has a podcast, Grits and Eggs, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And he said the exact same thing that I said last week.
Mm-hmm.
He said, why would you put your kids into this situation? Same way I feel about Harvard. Same way I feel about any of them white schools.
Right.
Them schools are not, ooh, I go to Harvard.
Yeah.
Girl, get the fuck away from me.
Exactly.
That's how I feel about you telling me you go to Harvard.
Yeah.
Tell me you got in Howard.
Right. Then I'm impressed.
Tell me that you went to you go to Alabama A&M.
That part.
Tell me you go to Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Tell me that you go to Central State University.
Right.
Tell me that you go to Norfolk State University. Let me know that you go there.
Exactly.
Let me know you go to FAMU. Let me know you go to TSU, even though they on the verge of imploding.
Girl.
Tell me somewhere else you go that's Black.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, as Black people, we got to start making decisions that's best for Black people.
Exactly. I don't... That's a whole other show.
Like, how are y'all doing this day by day?
Mm-hmm.
I just... even watching the news and seeing the behavior and seeing what they're doing as far as gutting systems and clearly telling you, because they've really in their stupid minds, I'm just going to use basic words because all they understand is basic stuff. In their stupid minds, they honestly believe that DEI means Black.
Yes.
A teacher put up a poster of all different color hands. So like it was like the arm from like the hand to the elbow or mid-arm. And it was like, oh, everybody's accepted here. They told her to take that shit down.
Oh, of course.
But told her to now this was the part that got me. Told her, well, it's not an issue with the sign. Everybody's accepted. You just got to take the brown hands off of it.
Okay.
I mean, as a Black parent, and you know you send your kid to that school that's already predominantly white, and they're telling a white teacher that she needs to take off the brown hands and only the white hands can be up there. You gonna send your kid back to school on Monday?
Right.
Y'all dumb motherfuckers will say yeah.
Oh, well, okay, before we jump back into the HBCU talk, which is something that I was going to lead into about the Phylicia Rashad thing, let's talk about sending your kids to white schools, since we're on that subject. So I just saw that this morning, too, while I was browsing social media. I think I saw it on TikTok. A Black student, he's a star baseball player at Iona, I think it was called Iona Prep in New Rochelle, New York. Did you see that? I think his name is Toni Humphrey. He's a star baseball player, and he's super fast, and his athletic director, mind you, an administrator, the athletic director at a prep school, asked him, why are you so fast? Is it because you're used to running from the police? And thought that was cute and funny. So he goes home and tells his mom, and his mom pulls him right out of that school. That's what the fuck y'all need to do. Because
y'all girl, you ain't gonna get no rest. I would be terrified.
Listen.
If I knew that something like that happened of a racist manner, and you want me to send my kids back here?
And to be so blatant and just say it.
And treat it like, but see, that's how they condition your kids.
Yeah.
They condition your kids to take that abuse and they form it in jokes.
Yeah, joke, passive aggressive bullshit.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
and these kids
he said,
this is
because the
different
boy
breed.
was saying he wanted to get faster. And he said, something to the effect of, well, you can get faster by running from the police. Because the fact that you even put the two, like, child.
Listen. I mean, you can't even put it into words.
The fact that you put the two in that, racism is so bold now, y'all. It's best to keep your kids insulated and keep them with other black people.
I mean,
stop letting them go to these sleepovers. Don't do it.
We saw what happened to, I can't remember her name, and I'm going to do a podcast on it, but the black lady who went to the all-white sleepover with her friends.
Oh, my God. When you do that, please
we're going to do that together. We're going to do that together.
We should do it together.
Yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to collab on that one.
Because, baby, we have to break this down on so many levels.
Yes. Oh, yeah, we're going to work on that.
Because the foolishness. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Tamar Horsford.
I'm so proud of his mother. I'm so proud of his mother for taking him out of that school, because that was insanity.
Yeah.
Just this morning. This is how my 5 a.m. let's talk about it session started.
Yes.
Come on, let's talk about it. Them two twin boys who went missing, and they had their plane tickets in their pockets going back to Boston, or going to visit people in Boston, only for them to be found deceased in the woods in Georgia, almost at the Georgia-Tennessee line.
That part. And
for pictures of their deceased bodies to be on the cell phone of a volunteer or some type of, no, he ain't no volunteer. They said something about him having a award or a high position as a firefighter.
See.
42-year-old white man. And I said to Sports Almanac, that's what we call this one over here.
Okay.
I said, Sports Almanac. I said, now let me say this. How that man know where them bodies was?
That quick.
If they saying he didn't kill him, so what they trying to give him is they holding him on misdemeanor tampering, or like misabuse of a corpse, something to that effect.
Something to lower the blow.
Absolutely. If he didn't do it, I said, how he know where they was? How he know they was in them woods? They was in the woods. How did he know that?
Right.
If he didn't do it, he know who does, because who directed him to those bodies to take those pictures. And when I saw it on Facebook, I went in the comment and said, I wouldn't be surprised if there's not a group chat somewhere talking about this very thing, because it's a group of them. They know what happened.
Oh, hell yeah.
I said, because I'm sure they in that group chat like, oh, you better go get them pictures of them. If you want to see it, go out there. And you carried your foolish ass out there and took pictures of it. What you need the pictures for?
Exactly.
Who you finna show them to?
Right.
You gonna put them in the group chat?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah.
It's a group chat somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Check the firefighters first.
Because if we got group chats, y'all got group chats.
Listen.
That part.
Check their group chat first.
Always check the group chat.
All the people at the firehouse. Check their cell phones. That's the first place you look. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the evidence exists.
Oh, yeah.
Because he didn't go out there and take them pictures for nothing.
No.
He did it for a reason.
Trophies.
I'm telling y'all. I was watching something from, what's it called? Eye on the Prize. And it was from 79 to 83. So it's like 7 episodes of Eye on the Prize.
Okay.
And they go through the civil rights. Not just the civil rights, but just the Black experience, period. So, it's kind of like weird to think about Bobby and Huey being alive as grown men.
Right.
And so when they put them on there, like they had interviewed them at one time, I was like, dang, Bobby and Huey, y'all just like grew up. Because you're so used to seeing them
their younger
in their
pictures.
Black Panther year and in their younger years. And you'd be like, oh, I forgot y'all was grown men.
Right.
Y'all went on to be like successful men. Because we always see the Black women. We always see the women of the Panther Party. Right. But we don't necessarily, I forget about, we focus a lot on them assassinating Fred Hammond. But I don't always think about Bobby and Huey, in their adult years.
Right, what they became after, the
Right.
movement.
I knew
Yeah.
that Huey went on to be an attorney. Like, I knew he did get his law degree.
Right.
But after that, you kind of just forget. But it talked about the Panther movement. It talked about the Civil Rights movement. It talked about when they assassinated Dr. King. So it just kind of went through. And this particular 79 to 83 was about my favorite topic, housing discrimination. And it was so crazy because of the stuff that I read in remember that book I was telling you about, Code Red?
Yeah.
Some of those people who they mentioned in the book, who I was always interested, like, well, who are they? They showed them. They specifically talked about police brutality because the police had killed a man in Miami. And this is what brought me to this point why I said check their group chat, because there were like 7 or 8 officers for one man.
Oh, yeah.
And 3 of them told.
Somebody's always going to tell.
Check them group chats, baby, because they ain't loyal to each other.
No.
White folks ain't loyal to each other, and y'all be out there in they face skinning and grinning.
Thinking they going to be loyal to you just because you can fight. Girl, bye.
And I'm going to keep telling you again, they don't like their own kids.
Exactly.
Why the hell would you trust them with your kids?
That.
They don't like their own kids, y'all. Do y'all be paying attention? And it's not funny because they should love their children.
Right, but it's the truth.
Y'all, you have to remember their society, their culture even, did not cause for them to raise their own children. That attachment.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
That you think they're supposed to have with their kids, they don't have that emotional attachment to those children. How many times have we seen white couples have a sick child and they'll just go birth a second child to get the stem cells?
Yeah.
That is not love. I mean, I understand you think like, oh, well, I'm saving this one, but you're sacrificing another one.
Yeah.
That's like a human like you just had a baby just for the sales. They love to do stuff like that. Like, y'all got to pay attention to their behaviors.
Right.
They keep giving their kids guns only for them to use those same guns and go shoot the people who they go to school with. And they refuse to pass any gun laws.
Right.
So what does that say, boys and girls?
They don't care.
I don't care if them kids keep getting killed.
Yeah.
So
we're going to have our guns. What?
I want my gun.
They love them guns more than them kids. Think about that. And y'all should know that by now. As many school shootings and stuff as happen, stop it.
I mean, black people, we got to do better.
Girl. All right. So let's go back to HBCUs and let's talk about Howard alum and Dean Phylicia Rashad. Was on the Breakfast Club recently and
reading you girls down.
Reading y'all down. And we've talked about this on the show before,
honey,
about
and
you girls.
I tell you, I'm going to stand on this hill and die.
Please.
So I was glad that somebody else came up on the mountain with me. Because I've been saying it every single show for 6 seasons. The 6 seasons I've been saying it. I make a way to say it every show, don't I? For 6 seasons. Y'all too naked outside. This period.
That.
And it's troubling the elders.
Yes. When they start speaking out, you know.
And now you're going to have another problem with us because you're troubling our elders.
Exactly.
Because she's our elder.
Yes.
And you're troubling the elders.
Yes.
And what she said, and I just had this conversation with Brittany. I said, see, this is the part, and I'm glad she said it. When I walk college campuses and I see young girls with a strip of clothing on.
A strip.
Because that's what she called it.
Yeah.
Y'all got a strip of clothing on. And I want to point something out, and I don't want nobody to get offended. Going to a HBCU meant something like or your parents, and not everybody parents,
Mm-hmm.
but 9 times out of 10, especially back when she went to school,
Right.
or your parents was like affluent,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you went to Howard,
Yes.
especially if you went to Hampton,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you went to where else? Howard, Hampton, Morehouse, Spelman. If you went there, your parents were like, "Oh, okay, they got money."
Right.
You carried yourself a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
There was a certain expectation of how you presented yourself. And even some of the Lord, and I don't mean to call them lessers, because everything black is beautiful and excellent.
Right.
But even some of the, well, they call theirs Ivy League. I don't know what we call ours, but not the prestigious
Mm-hmm.
schools. Still, you carried yourself a certain way.
Right.
Because remember, a lot of our HBCUs are run by churches.
Right.
So there was just an acceptable way that women carried themselves, and men too. No, let me leave the guys out.
Right.
And it's like now y'all treat it like trash.
Uh-huh.
It's really disappointing that you don't understand the history and the legacy of going to an HBCU.
Right.
What it means. And it was reserved for the black people who was on top of their game.
Mm-hmm.
And now that, and then this is not to say that, oh, if you don't carry yourself or if you don't come from an affluent family, you don't, you shouldn't come to an HBCU.
Right.
But what it's saying is you need to embrace the culture of being
Black and proud.
studious.
Yes, studious.
Yes. And black and proud. Yes. Black needs, we deserve a behavior of excellence, just like y'all think y'all supposed to act when they go to Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
Like we deserve the same treatment. But you know, I'm glad somebody said it, honey, because I've been screaming it.
Right, and maybe somebody will listen now, but
Well, I certainly shared it because I felt like it needs to be heard.
Yes.
And we live in a society of like, if you say something, you judging people.
Mm-hmm.
But what people using that, oh, you judging me as an excuse has removed a lot of accountability.
Because people are so sensitive.
You know, but you know, I heard Kiera Shear, she was speaking on that yesterday morning, I believe it was. And she said, you all want the material things, but you're not ready to be. She said, we live in such a sensitive generation. We can't say nothing to y'all.
Mm-mm.
And you want all the successes, but you don't want the accountability.
Mm-hmm.
She said, but there are some things that you have to shed off. Like there are some things that you have to change to get this.
Mm-hmm.
You want this life, but you don't want to give anything up. And that's the problem. But I think that is a parenting mistake.
Oh, totally.
Because they have just, the parents, us, parents our age, have just given and given and you keep giving kids stuff with no correction.
Yeah.
With no discipline. We were watching Exhibiting Forgiveness. I forget her name like Auntie. What's her name? She won a Golden Globe for that performance in there. And
Sounds familiar,
she so in there, it's her and her son. Her son had a son, and he was like jumping around, acting crazy. And as a father, he took him and he was holding him, and he said, you know, take a deep breath. And, you know, he calmed him down. We were watching this real family on Facebook. She's a grandma, and she, you know, she cooks for her family every Sunday. And they all eat together as a family.
I know that's right.
And she was pulling her greens out in the back. Her grandson was helping her. And he, you know, kids, he looked like he about 4.
Right.
And he was messing around. And she said, focus. Don't give up. And he turned right back around. And I told Sports Almanac, I said, let me tell you something. This what I be saying. These kids don't necessarily always have ADHD. The parenting has slacked off.
Right.
When I said right there, where she saw him lose his focus, she refocused him.
Mm-hmm.
Get back on the task.
Yeah.
But what you will see now is that will happen. And parents, see, she was the grandma though.
Right.
You will see that happen in a parent situation, and the parent will let the kid just run off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he don't want to do it no more. It's okay.
Yeah.
No, because now they go into a classroom and teachers see that, and what
Mm-hmm.
happens? Oh, he just doesn't have the focus.
Yeah.
We think that we're going to go ahead and assess him. We're going to go ahead and get him an assessment with the intervention specialist. And we're just going to see if there are some behaviors that we can kind of, help him contain while he's in the classroom.
Right.
And now your son on the IEP.
Exactly, because they quick to diagnose somebody, especially us.
Listen, I'm telling you, y'all got to really lock in. Y'all keep having these kids. Raise them.
Mm-hmm.
No tea, no shade, no
Right.
shade. But raise them. Like, my God,
Yeah.
it's getting rough out here for real.
Yeah, it's like I tell my brother all the time, he has one son, 3 girls, 1 son. And I tell him all the time, like, look, you may need to, I said, the girls are probably going to be upset, but I said, you may need to take little Brandon, to have him, more focused, on growing up to be a man instead of being in a house full of women, because he's running amok.
Yep. And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
You're absolutely right. I had somebody tell me that about a family member of theirs, like, and that the little boy's father not being around is starting to show in his behavior.
Yeah.
Y'all, raise these kids,
Yes.
please, please. And ladies, because y'all be part of the problem. Let that boy go with his daddy.
Yes, and that's what we're worried about.
I don't give a damn about the daddy living situation. Because you see, she dropped her child off over Furious house.
Okay.
On Boys in the Hood.
Listen.
And it was a filthy ass mess in there.
Okay.
Everybody want to talk about how fine Furious is. Do you remember what his dirty ass house looked like?
Okay. And he made Trey clean that from.
And he made Trey clean that nasty ass tub.
Right.
We talk about how fine Furious is, but nobody said nothing about that filthy ass house.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you again, let him go over there with his daddy.
Yeah.
Let him go on and live in that shack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to make him a man.
Yes.
Because, see, he over there with you living a life of luxury and you babying his ass.
Yeah, and that's what's happening.
Let him go rough it.
Mm-hmm.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you want to get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Let him clean out his own tub.
Yes.
Let him make his bed. If I see one more damn video with y'all getting on here, oh, help me clean my son's room with me. No, go get your son.
Where's he at?
Because you think my mama didn't whoop. Listen, I used to be throwing papers and shit in my closet when I was a kid. What I would do is keep the one side real clean.
Yes.
Where I had all my board games and stuff and stack everything real nice and hang my clothes. Baby, when she opened that second door,
Girl.
she said, take your clothes off because I'm finna beat your ass.
Because you know better.
Because you know better.
That thing.
I don't whoop clothes. Take them off. I paid for those. Take those off. I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Not I paid for them.
Listen, you got to look. No, they got to learn to clean up.
Right.
Our parents didn't do that. Now they stood over us while we cleaned it.
Uh-huh.
Y'all be somewhere cleaning up after these badass kids.
Yeah.
And then when they can't take care of themselves, when they leave home, you go over their house like, what is going on in here?
Yeah.
You?
Yeah.
It's you. Girl, I'm telling you, let them boys go. It be women a lot of times, and I know I'm going to hold your hand when I say this. Let that man go and raise his son.
Yes.
Let him have him. Let him go.
Right.
He got to learn to be a man, baby.
Yes.
And you over there raising your girlfriend and not your son.
Right. or just not paying attention at all. How about that?
No, you're not. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, like, oh, he's gonna be homosexual, because y'all dumbasses think that.
Always.
That's not necessarily what it means. What it means is you're raising him to be too soft.
Right.
Like, he doesn't know how to function as a man.
Right.
He only knows how to function as a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not okay. And see, y'all, again, don't judge me. Everything should be accepted. You need to teach that boy to be a man, because he like girls and he want to be out here with a wife.
Right.
And he finna get on somebody's damn nerve and he gonna be single.
Right. And let me say this, because I'm glad you brought that up, because I came up in the community, the alphabet
Mhm.
mafia. And and like, in back in the day, I don't know how it operates now, but they had houses. Like
Oh
y'all
yeah.
seen Pose, and everything
Mhm.
like that. So and not every house situation is like what Pose was, where there's a whole bunch of homeless kids
Like the
that
House
come
of
together.
LaBeija? That's what you're talking
Yeah.
about?
Mm-hmm.
Pepper LaBeija. Pepper LaBeija.
So
Oh,
you
yes.
okay?
Okay.
Listen. So, but every house wasn't like that. It was just like it was a place where people came together. But it was also a place where, like, say, because there was a thing, like, even if you grew up in a two-parent household,
Right.
it was still looked upon like, well, why is your son gay? Or don't, God
Right.
forbid, you come up in a single-parent household with just your mother, and it's like, oh, he was gay because his
No.
father wasn't
Mm-mm.
there. No, come on now.
No, that
So,
don't make sense, y'all.
no. So, like, a lot of the houses that I knew about, I never belonged to a house, but the
Mhm.
houses that, like, the people who I knew who belonged to them, the house mothers and fathers, they taught these men, and there were girls in the house too,
Uh-huh.
but they taught these men, you need to be a black man first.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's like, you be who you are, whatever, you are who you are, but the world is going to see you as a black man. So you need to take care of your business. You need to learn how to do this, watch this,
Yep.
do that, and everything like that.
Mhm.
So, it's just like, I don't know where that went to. And I'm not just talking, I'm talking about all houses, parental houses,
Mhm.
everything now. It's
Right.
like, where did that go? It's like, and I get it.
And I think that the biggest problem too for
Mm
me, something recently happened, and I was like, see, this right here is
hmm.
unacceptable.
Mm
I said, because when we were coming up, there was a separation.
hmm. Mm hmm.
We didn't see everything.
Right.
Our parents didn't expose us to everything.
Exactly.
So we didn't have the opportunity to like, the lines were never blurred.
Mm hmm.
We knew who the adults were. We knew who we were supposed to respect. We
Exactly.
knew what boy behavior was. We knew what girl behavior
Mm
was.
hmm.
And because, let's not be mistaken, even behind those closed doors, when it was just the kids, we still knew the kids who were in the life.
Right.
Because those, and I'm particularly meaning little boys,
Mm
it
hmm.
was not as noticeable with girls, not for
Right.
me. But
Right.
for little boys, it was always noticeable, and they didn't try to hide it.
Mm hmm.
Not when the kids were together,
Right.
but we all knew what place we were supposed to be
Exactly.
in. Y'all, the way y'all raise these kids now, the lines are too blurred.
Yeah. It's like, there's so many, and I see it
They don't
firsthand.
respect adults.
No, not it. Mm
They don't respect you as a
mm.
parent.
Mm-mm.
Baby, the way I be hearing some of these kids talk to their parents, I have
Girl.
fucking PTSD,
Listen.
because I immediately get terrified. I'm waiting for your head to roll
That
past me.
part.
I'd be so scared. Like, what are you doing?
And then I see
But
you still
then when
put
I see
together.
no reaction
Right.
from your parents,
Yes.
I'm mortified then.
Because it's like,
Because
wait a
some of
minute,
this stuff deserve for your teeth to be pooped out the next day.
girl.
Like, you're going crazy talking to your parent like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why? What I really would like to ask a parent, why is it acceptable?
Right.
Why is it okay? Just,
Whew.
oh,
I don't
you
know.
talking about something that, like, really knocks the wind out of me?
Mm-hmm.
So now that we're here, there was a teacher in South Carolina who put a post up,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a very, like, serious
Excuse
post.
me.
She said, what I see from your children for my students, she said, we need to talk about it because you're going to see problems. Even if you don't have a kid, if you own a business, if you are a manager, a supervisor, you're going to have problems in the future with these students.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. She said they lack communication skills.
Oh, yeah, totally.
She said, and even some of the parents, because they believe you're just supposed to go off on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have conflict resolution skills. She said, I'm even noticing that basic comprehension is lost. They have lowered the grading scale.
Mm-hmm.
So where what used to be an F is now a D.
Yep.
And she said, what I see from that is they're comfortable with the D's.
Mm-hmm.
Because a D is, and she did the quote, she said it's quote unquote passing.
Mm-hmm.
So the kids are complacent. As long as they get a D and they know a D is passing, they don't care.
Right.
And I thought up to myself, I told y'all that about 5-7 years ago. What you dealing with now is the future bank tellers and grocery store workers of America. I
Listen.
used to say that every other day because I could see it happening. Like, do y'all understand what's getting ready to happen? And
Mm-hmm.
now look, where are we today? They want to dismantle the whole Department of Education.
Right.
I don't think y'all know how dumb y'all's kids are and disrespectful they are.
Nope.
Because you have created their behavior to be normal and you're crippling them because nobody else. I had to tell mine, listen, because all kids walk around with an attitude.
Oh, yeah.
As a parent, you got to say, who the fuck you talking to?
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with you? And I had to tell her, look, this is a pivotal point for you. Fix your attitude. And I used an example of one of her TTs. She was the assistant boutique director at Chanel.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, since you say you want to work in high fashion and you want to do all this shit, I said, right now, Monet got a employee who come to work late, who doing this, who doing that. Excuse me. I said, and guess what? She done said something to the girl 2 times. Now she just looking for the little girl replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody's going to keep this shit up with you.
Exactly.
You think you're going to walk around with an attitude and go to people's jobs and act like that? You can't. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to fire you.
Exactly. Because
And
you
you're
are
going to keep
replaceable.
losing your job. Exactly.
Any job,
Exactly.
you are replaceable.
Any job. Any job. And so you're setting your kids up to live in your basement for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. I said that about them white boys. They going to just be living in their parents' basements forever.
Yep.
Because y'all think that stuff is cute that they doing? What? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why you keep asking me? Child, I be
Listen.
getting flashbacks. My God.
Listen, real quick.
True.
Ooh, child.
You talking about getting knocked between the washer and the dryer?
Okay. Y'all have no idea.
You have no clue.
Ooh. Oh, flashbacks, girl. All right, so let's talk about Monique.
What she do?
Okay, so basically to sum it up, she made.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void were prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
She's taken away from Angie Stone right now. Let's just put it like that, because we know Tyler Perry paid for Angie Stone's funeral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That was nice.
yeah. He paid for it, and I guess him and Angie Stone were pretty cool. I don't think that they were like good
Oh, yeah, 'cause
friends.
she
but
lived in Atlanta.
yeah, so they had a relationship. So he paid for her funeral, and he also spoke at her funeral. And I guess he knew a lot of things that she was dealing with in the business that a lot of people didn't know about. and just basically saying how so many people turned their back on her and how she was out
Oh
here
yeah,
just
because she was
surviving.
dealing with her royalties, like she said.
Yeah.
She found out her checks were like going somewhere else or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so they, bonded over that and everything, whatever. So he spoke at her funeral and
Mm-hmm.
he talked about how, the business, treated her and
Mm-hmm.
everything and, basically
Here
blackballed her
come
from
wide
going,
back. I already know Big Beck finna say
girl.
some crazy, Lord Jesus.
So her and daddy get together and they,
Oh Lord, not daddy.
well, I just say daddy because
I know
she,
that's his name.
yeah,
Yeah.
she basically, of course, she mentioned him because she said that, it, that she watched his eulogy to Angie
Right.
Stone and it touched her and everything, but it also, I guess, um, baffled her in a way
Mm-hmm.
because her and daddy were watching it and they were
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out, like, okay, so you seem to understand how people are treated bad in this business. And I'm,
It's you, Monique. It's
listen, thank
you.
you. She went through all this stuff about how he understands, but you didn't do this. You didn't do that to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me. Everything. I was just like, girl, this is not about you. She
This is
penned a
why.
long
Do you
ass
see what you're
letter.
doing right
Thank
here?
you.
That's how I do people. When
Mm-hmm.
they do crazy shit and they be like, oh, I don't. We can use this moment right
Yes.
now. This is the example.
Yeah.
Look at what you're doing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Sports Almanac will have disagreements, and I will say, guess what? You're doing it right this second. Look, pay attention to this. Right here, where we're talking, you're doing it right now.
Right.
Exactly what she can't understand, she was literally doing it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why people don't want to deal with you.
Exact. Thank you. It's like, girl. It's
What
like,
did we just talk about? Accountability?
oh, none of it. She
At
has none of it.
some point, Monique and Stacy, is that his name? Sammy?
I
What's his
think
name?
so. I think it is Stacy. I think.
Stacy is not ever going to tell you the truth
No.
because you are his cash cow.
Mm-hmm.
People who need you are never going to be honest with you.
Right.
Look for honesty somewhere else
Mm-hmm.
because it's their job to keep you at a certain level. Because if you grow too much, your eyes become more and more open.
Right.
And at some point, you're going to see that he is also a problem in your life.
Mm-hmm.
So he's never going to let you look that far.
Right.
So you need another friend. But see, now y'all have isolated yourselves inside that relationship
Mm-hmm.
and you believe that y'all only need each other.
Right. I mean, you
He
ain't even
has
got
his
your
grip
kids
on
right
you.
now.
Exactly. He has his grip on you just the way he wants it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't realize that you are the problem, ma'am.
Right.
You're the common, what's Selena tell old girl baboon face? You are the common denominator. At some point, you have to say, I just told him this morning, I said, listen, can't nobody tell me shit about me, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I talk to God every day about me.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, clean me up.
Yeah.
I'm making some failures. It's some stuff I'm not doing right. Lord, I don't want to be like this forever. Help
Right.
me. I'm going to go to God about me every time. See, people sitting around going to God about other people.
Mm-hmm. Worried about other people.
Lord, make him do it. I don't know why he. Go to God about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And there is where Monique is falling short.
Listen.
You need to go to God about you. You too busy somewhere talking about what Tyler Perry and Oprah did to you. What are you doing to you?
Exactly.
That's where the focus should be.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people out, and then she ain't the only one doing it. It's people everywhere doing it.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
But I literally just told him that this morning. I said nobody could tell me nothing about me because I'm always checking me.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I think we are doing a disservice to ourselves if we wake up every day and we are not holding ourselves accountable for our behavior.
Right.
To go over the events of yesterday and say, I could have did better.
Mm-hmm.
What can I get right? Like, I got to do this different. I just told my mama got on my nerves so bad. I told her, I said, I'm not going to keep fooling with y'all. I said, I'm just going to call the therapist.
That's
I said,
it.
cause I just told God, I don't want this, Lord. I don't want to be this way with them. I don't want to go off on these people.
Right.
I said, so I just go and make an appointment with the therapist. I don't have time for
That's it.
And that's what some of y'all need to get a therapist on speed dial.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, made me so mad. I text the therapist and said, help. I need, give me an appointment.
That's it. That's all you needed to say.
Pencil me in, my
Right.
girl. Because somebody going to go to jail or hell around here.
Mm-hmm.
And it needed to be quick.
Right.
And Monique just really, I wonder, no, Monique, do you go to therapy?
No, she don't go to therapy. No, her
You
therapist
need a
is daddy.
therapist.
Yeah.
Because, baby, somebody's not being honest with you.
Mm-mm.
And you probably be firing a therapist when they be trying to direct you
Oh yeah, she's a
into
straight
the direction of
narcissist.
something you don't agree with.
Yeah, that's what people do. Yeah, people in that situation, people like her, that's what they do. If they start telling you the truth and what you need to hear and what you know
Mm-hmm.
you need to hear, that's the tea. You know you need to hear this and you know it's the
Yep.
truth. But when somebody has the audacity to say it to you, oh no.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And that's how she treat everybody on them movie sets.
Exactly.
Like,
That's why, yeah. So it's not
that's what
just
the word
that,
is.
yeah. And that's why your name is trash in the business, and then you just dug your hole deeper.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Tamar
Mm-mm.
Braxton.
Don't do my girl. Not too much on my
Listen,
girl.
no, we got to
My
get on
girl.
Tamar because Tamar's out here running amok, girl. She's
No,
out.
I'm a defender, so come on. What you
Okay,
got?
so she's gone at Craig the Writer Stewart. She's gone
She
at.
didn't do not to come on, Danielle. That thing with her and Craig.
It was
Go
petty.
ahead.
It was petty,
Because,
but.
and I didn't think, like she said, when she gave that reason,
Mm-hmm.
like she said, she like, I'm heavily in the gay culture.
Yeah,
Like, when
but
I
she was
say
disrespectful.
bitch,
Yeah, but
bitch, that's how we talk to each
but
other.
see, the thing is, Craig don't play that, and she knows that. He doesn't play girl unless it's T.S. Madison. Now I get where that can be contradictory, but it's just like,
Yeah.
but still, she knows
And
that they're
we're
not
at
friends
a gay
like that.
event in a room full of gay
But see,
people.
that's the
She felt
problem.
like,
That's the problem right there. A lot of
why
people.
can't we hear with each other?
No, but she was being disrespectful. She wasn't letting him talk. She kept over talking him, and she proved his point. And just because you're at a gay event doesn't mean that you can act like that. Craig doesn't play that. He's masculine presenting, and she knows that. And
He
that's
what?
where masculine presenting.
You feel like he is?
Very.
Or he just telling people
No,
that?
he is, because if he was one of the girls, you would know.
I mean, I just, based on what I see about
Mm-hmm.
him from him and T.S. Madison's talk show,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say he was. I mean, because he dressed like a man?
Well, not just that. It's not just that, because no. I mean, that's not the only reason, because there are a lot of flamboyant gay men who dress like quote unquote men.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they're not friends like that. So you can't come up here like, I wouldn't just go up to a random gay man and be
did
like,
he
hey
say
girl.
that?
Yeah.
Did he say he wasn't her friend? Now, let me tell you what she said. She said, we're not mad at each other because we've already went to dinner after it happened.
That doesn't mean they're friends, though. They're not friends and that was his point that he was saying all along. He said he can't be a friend with somebody like her because she can't hear the truth. That's where it started.
So what was the truth?
Well, no. What happened? Okay, I wasn't just going to talk about this, but what happened was they were at the show, their live show, and Tamar wanted the mic, or she got the mic some kind of way.
Because she said she did not want the mic. She kept telling them, don't give her the mic.
Yeah. So, but she basically confronted Craig and wanted to, while she had the mic, she confronted Craig and
about what? What happened?
I don't know how that started, because the video starts where she's basically saying, I mean,
now you're gonna make me go back and watch this.
Yeah, well, see, we need the full video because how it started. Because all the videos that I've seen, it starts at her questioning him about how she perceives a friendship or whatever. And so maybe she did think they were friends or something, or they were cooler
Probably
than
so.
what. That's probably what it was. But
we gonna research this.
Yes.
Let's put a pin in this part of it.
Okay.
Because we're gonna go back and find out what happened.
Okay.
Because I just saw, to tell the truth, lately I be like skipping past real dramatic stuff.
Right.
Because it just be overload. It be a lot of stuff.
Well, there were
I did catch the little, a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But then I saw, I think the brat or somebody was asking her like what happened or something to that effect. So we're gonna go back and I'm gonna watch it today, and we're gonna go back and talk about it.
Yeah, but that's why I led into this because there's more to Tamar that's been going on than just this.
Right.
So we'll put a pin in that and we'll come back to
Right.
that. But so she also got into it with her sister Toni.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Dang,
So
my niece was just talking about her and Toni. Go ahead.
yeah, so I didn't know that there was an issue, whatever, which we ain't got to know. They're family. Just because they're
Right,
in the public
right.
eye, whatever. So Tamar's birthday was recently.
Yeah,
And
she's
like,
a Pisces like my
yeah,
mama, and they a bit much.
girl, yes, we know how them Pisces are, okay?
Woo!
Because that's my niece Naya and my
You
aunt
got to
Juliet.
pray without
Listen,
ceasing.
okay. So I guess Toni wanted to post a picture of the two of them together or something, or a nice picture of Tamar and put
Mm-hmm.
put it on her social media, wish her happy birthday,
Uh-huh.
but she wasn't able to tag her because she said, I quote, what did Toni say? She said, I wanted to repost this gorgeous picture of you, but I'm blocked again. Anyway, happy birthday, Tay. So Tamar, of course, being Tamar, comes out and is like, or you could have just called.
Right, or you could have just called me.
So I felt her on that. I felt her on that. So people are wondering what happened between the two of them, whatever, and everybody's, of course, going to come
In
at
their
Tamar.
business.
Yeah, be in their business, of course, because they're public figures. They've had a reality show, and then of course people are going
Mm-hmm.
to the thing like, y'all have already lost a sister. Don't have this beef, and
Don't
then
let this. Right,
yeah,
right. Well, clearly it's not no real beef because if she said you could have called me, I
yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
you clearly
yeah.
can't be that blocked.
Right. So,
So it's so funny you bring this up,
uh-huh.
particularly about Toni and Tamar,
Yeah.
because my niece has been rewatching, and I think too the new episodes of the Braxton Family Values, because they
Mm-hmm.
got a new show.
Yeah.
So my niece was talking about the situation with Gabe and
Yes.
Ashley.
Yeah, and I wanted to say something about that too, but go ahead.
And so
I'm
she
glad you
was
brought that up.
like, it's no wonder, she was piecing everything together.
Mm-hmm.
She said, and they always, now she was a Tamartian from day one. My niece
Right.
was like, I like her, but my niece is like
Oh yeah,
overzealous.
and I like Tamar too, don't get me wrong. Yeah.
So she was like, you can tell like they couldn't stand her.
Oh
She
yeah.
said, oh, excuse me, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
She said, but what did she do? Like, what? I said, well, first of all, imagine her being a sister that's extra like that.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having a little baby sister at that. The baby always get on everybody's nerve because they
Right.
spoiled.
Right.
I said, imagine being a baby sister and you act like that, and they already feel like you get your way in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody calls you annoying, you get on their nerve. Well, imagine you getting famous.
Yep.
And everybody loves you.
Yeah.
There are some people who don't like you, of course,
Of
but
course.
your sisters, you get on your sister's nerves. So that them not liking you don't bother you.
Right.
She's famous and she has a following and people love her. I said, of course they were going to be pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I said, I mean, that's just any family. If you
Yeah.
was the baby and your family think you so annoying and then you get around a group of people who love you,
Yeah.
they're going to be mad. And
Right.
she said specifically, and I can even see in some of these clips where Toni was being shady
Oh, of
with
course.
Tamar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh. Now, I wasn't paying attention to that because I always
Oh, I
thought
noticed it.
once
Yeah.
Tamar moved to California that her and Toni was like super close.
Mm-hmm.
Because they were the only two. Remember, she got Toni to move out there.
Right. Yep.
So I always thought they were pretty, tight.
Mm-hmm.
But baby,
Child, no, there was
dang,
definitely some
Tamar.
shade. Yeah. Yeah. So, and also,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought up the Ashley Braxton thing. Now, we didn't talk about that, but Ashley Braxton, who is Michael Jr.'s daughter, one of his
Mm-hmm.
daughters, came out this past summer, and basically did a TikTok series talking about how she was essayed, not physically, but, I guess virtually, in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
by one of her uncles, somebody in the family. And I don't think she specifically said uncle, but people noticed, like she never mentioned a name,
Mm-hmm.
but people kind of put everything together and who they were talking about and came to the conclusion that it was Trina's ex-husband Gabe, who is no
Gabe.
longer here. He
Right.
passed away a few
Mm-hmm.
years ago. So, of course, it pissed not only Trina off, and I guess Trina had been saying slick stuff and all this other
Mm-hmm.
stuff about her niece, which mind you is her niece,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah, because my niece mentioned that Trina was like blaming her, or like
it was
Trina, the girl had said like Trina had went to as far as to like blame her or make it seem
yeah,
like it was her
like
fault
it
that it
was her
happened.
fault. Now mind you, she was underage when this started happening.
Right,
She's an
right.
adult now, but she was underage when this started happening. Um, and not only is Trina pissed, I don't know about she really didn't talk too much about the rest of the family. I know she kind of is on the outs with a lot of the family because she's revealing this.
Uh-huh.
But also her own father has an issue with this because he didn't want this to come out.
And
So
I think so this recently just happened on Family and Fiance, where a girl told her family that she was also, assaulted as a child.
mm-hmm.
And I think as a dad, I'm just gonna go out on a limb for him and say he may have not wanted people to know for your sanity,
Mm-hmm. I
for your
understand
sake.
that.
Because as a dad, he doesn't want people to see you in that light.
Right.
He doesn't want that stigma. Not to
Mm-hmm.
say keep quiet about your story, but once you told your family, you didn't need to discuss it anymore.
Yeah.
But I know, again, these young people, we
So
live in a
everything's
society where they think you supposed to tell. What my grandma say, y'all spill y'all's guts.
mm-hmm.
Y'all tell everything.
Yeah.
But you don't think about the repercussions, the mark that it's going. And not to say that it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
But some things, don't you want to just keep it to yourself?
Right. Well,
It's
not
not
necessarily.
everybody's business.
Yeah, and I think that's a problem that a lot of people have is that they keep things to themselves, and that causes a lot of issues. But that's where therapy comes
Get you
into.
a therapist.
Yeah, you don't have to keep it to
Everything is not
yourself.
for the open world.
Thank you. You can talk to
And
somebody about it.
speaking of everything is not for the open world,
Mhm.
motherfucking Kanye West.
Girl. Well, let me just say this real quick. Tamar is going to, I guess she's having an issue with some of her other family too, because she's going to have Ashley on her podcast.
Oh,
So
this will be
that's why,
good.
yeah.
Do her mama be on that episode every time?
I don't think
Or
she's
that
on
was
there
just a
every
one time? Or that
time.
was
I
just one
think she's
time?
on there
Okay.
every now and then. I've seen her on there a few times, but she's not on there every. No, she couldn't be on there every time. They talk about some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mama E's not gonna have all that. But
And
go
there's a
ahead.
therapist on that podcast, so that'd be great for
Yeah,
Ashley.
yeah. So I was like, good for Tamar for doing that.
Yeah.
Of course, some of the family got some issues with it. Of course, I mean, and they're an older family, they're old school family raised in the church, so they're going to have
Mm-hmm.
issues with it regardless. We need to come back to that. They're going to have
Mm-hmm.
issues with that part, but I say good for her, good for Ashley and Tamar to get this out there. And like you said, there is a therapist on the show and everything.
Yeah,
So
that's a good thing.
yeah, but go ahead, girl, go ahead.
Mr. West, and not just him. I think he is a bigger part of he's a small part of a bigger problem, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is we think where we have the right and then we're supposed to know everybody's business.
Yeah.
I want y'all to pay attention to him calling Beyonce's kids mentally handicapped, because I'm not gonna say the R word.
Yeah, because he used the R word. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's weird that she has 3 children, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
When she had her first baby, y'all called that little girl everything but a child of God.
Yes.
Monkey, bald head, nappy head, y'all said everything about that baby that y'all could. So she has learned a lesson. Let me keep my kids away from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Because see, Blue gonna be able to get on the internet when she grow up, and she probably done already seen that stuff that was said about her.
Yeah. I mean, she saw the stuff not only about when she was a kid, but now, like when they were talking about her dancing when she came out with Beyonce on that tour.
Absolutely.
So she knows what's going on.
So what does she do? Practice and work hard to shut y'all up.
Yep.
And so now you've already dogged her first baby. And now and this is what I personally believe it is. Y'all, we can't see the kids. We don't really see the kids. So now, because we don't see them, y'all done made assumptions that the kids is mentally handicapped?
Right. And then when y'all see the girl, because we don't really see the son. Like I think I've seen like recently, like with over the past couple years, I've probably seen a couple pictures of him. But the daughter, she was like on the field with Jay-Z at the
Oh yeah,
Super Bowl and everything. Yeah, so
he be taking his girls with him.
yeah.
That boy be with Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just don't know why y'all. I don't know. And then like somebody said, and for y'all to think like, oh, you talked about Beyonce, we're done with you, Kanye.
Yeah, now it's an issue.
Danielle, how long I've been done with Kanye?
Listen, we said we weren't going to talk about him. Like, what was that? Like a couple seasons ago, we said that we weren't going to talk about him the
I've
rest of
been
the
done
season,
with
and we didn't. Yeah,
Kanye
listen,
since he brought his ass on TMZ and said that slavery, whatever he said about black folks, and then he talked about the liposuction that he had.
Girl, talking about slavery was a choice. What else did he say? Him coming out with all this what what was it? Not only him wearing the MAGA hats, but then that wasn't enough for some people. Then he came out with the slavery shirts and everything, and he's been butt buddies with Candace Owens. It's like, come on now. I mean,
y'all needed more.
Yeah, when it comes to Beyonce, this is it.
People, we are struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Because there at some point, y'all, you're going to have to look at other black people.
Step into the world of power, loyalty, and luck.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
With family, cannolis, and spins mean everything.
Now, you wanna get mixed up in the family business.
Introducing The Godfather at ChumbaCasino.com. Test your luck in the shadowy world of The Godfather slot.
Someday, I will call upon you to do a service for me.
Play The Godfather now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the family.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
And say, that's enough of you.
Yeah.
Y'all got to get that down in your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that comes with accountability. You've got to say, we've had enough.
Yeah.
And just act like they don't exist. I wouldn't know none of this about Kanye if they didn't put it on the internet I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I don't follow.
Because I don't follow him. Yeah.
Are y'all still reading those tweets?
Listen.
Oh my God, how disgusting.
Yeah, but that was the line.
But so didn't they be saying y'all do be worshiping Beyonce then?
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Because you care more about hurting your damn self.
Exactly.
Because you are black.
Yeah.
He did say bad stuff about black people.
Mm-hmm.
So that wasn't enough, huh?
Yeah, with his black ass. So
then for him to have the nerve to get on the internet and say
Beyonce's
because
internet,
I guess
mind you.
some rapper then asked Kim if North could get on a track and maybe he got beef with the rapper. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, why does this white woman let me go back again. Why does this white woman have control over my black child?
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, gosh.
I want to know. Every day I pray and I say, God, we're definitely in the pits of hell.
We are. I've said
Pull
that.
me up,
yeah,
Lord. Pull
we
me
are.
up.
Yeah.
Because for him to get on the internet and say, why does this white woman
who you chose to procreate with and marry?
Hold on, while you're married to a different white woman.
That part.
Oh my God. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all can call me racist, and you can say whatever you want. I write black men off that I know are in relationships with white women. I do. I know, and I don't feel. You know how these black women be on these podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
These ain't and I don't say a word.
Ain't no need to.
The moment I see it, I make a mental note, and poof, you're gone. That's it for me. I don't see y'all need too much proof. That's the real problem.
Mm-hmm.
You need 57 examples. I need one.
That's it.
That's the shining star in my book. And let me tell you how serious I am about it. I be on Threads, and I follow some of these guys, and they follow me. Because now Threads is like they got that old Facebook algorithm
Yeah.
where if somebody you follow
Mm-hmm.
that follow you, if they comment under somebody's picture who you don't follow,
You see
it's
it.
gonna come down that main feed. Y'all remember that was the old Facebook algorithm.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, as soon as I see your black ass under that white picture, I remove you and block you. I block the white girl who you commented on, and I block your ass too. Listen, I don't got time for that over here.
We ain't playing them
I'm
games.
creating an all black space on Threads.
That part.
You get over here on my Threads page, it's an all black space.
Yeah.
Let me see you commenting under some black women's picture.
Yeah.
Tell some black women they beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And not
you
these
do
half
that,
naked ones.
I'm cool.
Yeah.
But you get out here telling white women they block her, block you. Bye. Get the fuck out of here.
Because that lets me know exactly
That
where
lets
your
me
mind
know.
is.
That lets me know where your mind is.
Mm-hmm.
That in 2025, with all the killings, with all the racism, with all the everything, you still on the hunt for white.
Mm-hmm.
Pooch, I'm gone. I'm cool, my boy.
But publicly, you pro-black. Stop that shit.
Because do y'all realize that some of the most pro-black men got white women?
Yes.
Henry Louis Gates be out here doing every ancestry, be making every black documentary, black church this, bring black America that, and he got a white wife.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Van Jones had one.
Mm-hmm. Donald Glover.
Till he started getting real popular,
mm-hmm.
and he got rid of her.
Yep.
Only to turn around and have a baby by another.
I mean,
who shall?
Listen, it's a.
So I don't listen to nothing he say.
No, I cut. Yeah. Mm-mm.
That's a cut for me.
No. And then to find out that his ex-wife was like more involved in, civil rights and all these other things.
Was.
Yeah, than he was.
Yeah.
He was just the mouthpiece. He's just the journalist.
Yeah, she was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Child. I mean, y'all just don't learn.
I get away.
Mm-hmm.
I almost feel like Cornel West had a white wife too.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I'ma look again. Somebody else who was an activist.
Oh, a lot of them.
Y'all's Black Jesus. Frederick Douglass left his black wife for a white woman. Y'all, listen, y'all.
I mean, Harry Belafonte, rest his soul. But he told Eartha Kitt that he would never.
I was going to say, because what Eartha say?
Yeah, child.
Eartha said she had to get her a white man because all the black men had white women.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want nobody who was dark as her.
And told her that.
And told her to her face.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't really fucked with Harry Belafonte since then.
Mm-mm.
When I heard that, I didn't fuck with Harry Belafonte when he did an interview, and I didn't like the way he was talking about Dr. King. Because he was talking about, because we all know it hurt, but that was between Martin and fucking Coretta.
Right.
You keep your nose out their business.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coretta, and God rest her soul, and she is an angel,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't be surprised if he was in there trying to put the moves on Coretta.
Listen.
Because he was pissed about Martin cheating on Coretta.
Oh, he was
was heated.
Yeah.
Now, y'all know Coretta was like grade A, top of the chart. Like, she was that deal.
She was the, I don't even know, she was the Angela Bassett of her time. Listen. Child,
she was that deal.
Listen.
Like, fine. And Martin was out there. What did Mama Braxton say? Laying it low and slanging wide. Spreading it wide. Martin was giving it all he had.
Okay. Oh, shit.
He was giving it all he had.
And Harry was pissed.
Listen, Harry Belafonte was so mad. I ain't fooled with him ever since then. Because don't talk about Dr. King. Don't do that. I don't like it. He didn't even say nothing, but it was the tone in your voice. I don't like it. Slow up on Martin.
Oh, shit.
Don't do that.
Girl.
Now, it's some people we ain't finna play about around here.
Right.
I don't care how many cigarettes he smoked and how many hoes he slept with. Stay up off of Martin.
Okay.
Now, and the church gonna ride for Martin to the end because we used to our preachers having hoes and smoking cigarettes.
That part.
And drinking a little Jack every now and then. Leave him alone.
You ain't supposed to be worried about his personal life. You just listen to the word.
Keep your nose out that man's personal business.
Yeah, because we knew growing up in the church that these were just men.
My granny said you eat the meat and throw the bone away.
Mm-hmm.
You take what they giving you and quit worrying about the flesh. Quit worrying about the man.
Mm-hmm.
You there for the message, not the man. That was embedded in us.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Bible say work out your own soul salvation.
Didn't you say
Get
you
out
out
his
here?
business.
Yeah, you out here praying, worried about everybody else and not praying for yourself. Like,
Listen,
come on now.
Pray about your condition with your lying ass. Because a lot of y'all be lying. Pray about that. Because you still posting stuff on the internet nobody asked your ass about and lying about it.
That part.
Pray on that. Pray on them sham marriages y'all living in. Pray on that.
Girl, listen.
Okay? Don't get me started.
Don't get her
started. We're gonna turn left right here.
Yeah, so we going how about we just because I want to talk about, because you brought up something early, before we started talking about the Jess Hilarious situation. I want to look a little bit more into that because as I've been thinking,
they said Jess pulled a white woman move though.
Oh, she did.
That's why they said she started crying.
Yeah.
Soon as I heard she started crying, I said, "Girl, you did not go full white woman on that on that damn radio."
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
So, okay, let's just talk about it. Let's just talk. We're going to go a little longer today. Let's just go ahead and talk about it because it may not, so this is what happened. People know, first of all, there was a lot of controversy surrounding her hiring, Jess Hilarious being hired on to replace Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
I don't feel like they wanted to hire her because
they didn't.
The process, it didn't feel like they wanted her.
Yeah, so she never was really welcome. And she didn't really make the ratings go up or anything because, people at that point were kind of tired of Jess Hilarious.
Right.
She didn't have that same pull that she had when she first came on the internet years ago.
And she wasn't nice. Let's call a thing.
No.
She wasn't nice.
Right.
Most of her popularity came from her cracking on people and making fun of people because, again, she was supposed to be a comedian.
Mm-hmm.
Those young people don't really know journalism.
Right. And that's a huge problem.
They don't know Wendy Williams journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yes, Wendy Williams had a lot to say about people, but she still had a journalistic aspect.
Exactly.
Angela Yee was just there to report the gossip.
Right.
But there is still a journalistic aspect to the way that she did it.
Thank you.
It wasn't like messy, like, oh, you look ugly, you crunchy. No, that's kind of Jess's style.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all the young people's style.
Yeah. Just talk about
kind of
people.
like, what we used to call it do the dozens. Like, you basically just cracking on people.
Right. And that's
people
fine.
don't like that.
Yeah, but to come and fill Angela Yee's shoes for what she did, where she
not with that.
Yeah, not with that. So there were already issues and tensions with her. And you could tell that it just wasn't a good chemistry, So she got pregnant, went on maternity leave, and she was still hosting the show like virtually to a point. So when she left the show, she had I guess a friend of hers. Can't think of her last name, but I think her name is Brittany. She had her come on and fill in for her. Like she recommended this girl and everything. And I guess people were really feeling her. They liked her. They liked her delivery. They said she had a professionalism about her. I don't know her background.
And is that the girl right there that's on there?
Yeah.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
So she has a degree in journalism.
Okay. I kind of figured. I thought that's, I thought I heard that. Okay.
And I heard that from Mona, the radio girl, the internet girl, Mona. Mona said, like, she's from, where is Mona from? Like Delaware or something like
somewhere
that?
like that. Yeah, somewhere on the
She
East
said the
Coast
girl
like
is like from the hood, made it out. Like, she is a genuine person, but she's educated.
Right.
Like, she's educated in that field. She said, so of course you're going to do the job better than Jess.
Exactly. Yeah. So fast forward to this past week, Jess Hilarious, I guess she's been feeling some kind of way. She's been throwing shots at Charlamagne and, the whole crew, including Brittany, Charlamagne, DJ Envy, and Brittany. She's been throwing shots. So they had her on the show this past week, and I guess she's back. I don't know if she's back altogether because she was there for that. Both of the girls were there for that interview with Phylicia Rashad. So I don't know if she's back on or not. I don't really pay attention to the Breakfast Club anymore, except for
I
like
don't either.
yeah,
You
except
gotta
for
have a
like the
clip, and
interviews.
then I'll
Yeah,
watch it.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's it. So she went on there and she, I guess, called herself confronting DJ. Brittany wasn't there, but she called herself confronting Envy and Charlemagne about the way that she felt like she was um, ostracized, and what else? The other words that she used, like some big words, because,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, oh, the white woman is coming out in her.
Mm.
Okay, so
Somebody wrote that little PR statement for her.
yes, thank you, basically, or she went to Chat GPT, one or the
Mm.
other. So, and she was just saying like how she felt like, she just never was appreciated, and how she recommended this this lady to come in and fill in for her, and how she felt like she was being treated better, and like she was being replaced and all this other stuff, and basically she's going by what people were saying on the internet. So it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
what she was hearing, and this is what set DJ Envy off, is that she was going by comments on the internet and posts, about how good Brittany is and how they're going to replace Jess and all this other stuff. This
Mm-hmm.
wasn't coming from anybody
From inside the
from
house.
inside, and none of her co-hosts including. So DJ Envy is like, why are you paying attention to this people? We have never said anything publicly about you being
Right. Mm-hmm.
replaced. We never,
Mm-hmm.
of course we have a good vibe with Brittany. She's our co-host.
Uh-huh.
So it's like, and so Jess gets on there and she's basically repeating herself, saying the same thing over and over again. Her and DJ Envy are going at it. And he's basically to a point, like, he didn't want to cuss, but he's basically like, fuck them people, like, quit paying attention to the comments. But she's from
Uh-huh.
that world. She's from the
Yep.
world of social media, so she lives by the comments.
That's where she go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then the tears come.
Child, here we go.
And I was just like, oh shit, here we go. And I just immediately started laughing and it wasn't like one of them uncomfortable laughs or nothing like that. I was just like, this shit is ridiculous. So she starts crying and basically talking about everything that she went through, and mentally this isn't good for her and all this other stuff. And I was just like,
Oh
girl,
no,
here
not
we go.
mentally. Not
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah, we threw in the mental card, girl. So
I'm gonna say something.
go ahead, please, because
And I want to hold, and this is going to be highly offensive. And it's something that every woman has dealt with in their lives and that we have had to face and just come to grips with. And I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to close their eyes and just take a deep breath
before she says it.
before I say it, because it's going to sting a little bit. Listen, Brittany presents better than Jess.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to tell you, and we all have to get comfortable with this, Brittany is more attractive than Jess Hilarious.
I mean,
She puts herself together when she comes to work. Her makeup is always right. Her hair is right. The clips that I've seen of her, she's always been presentable.
Because she knows she's going to be recorded.
And Jess, I want to tell you, Brittany is just more attractive than you. And I hate that I have to say this because, again, I know that every woman has in some way, shape, or form been wrapped up in this I'm cuter than you, you're cuter than me thing. And it's hard to deal with at work because it feels like workplace discrimination.
Right.
But actually, it's not. You have just bumped into a woman who is more prepared than you, who is more attractive than you, who is better suited for the position than you, and who is more educated than you. And sometimes you have to swallow that.
Yeah.
And you need to swallow this, Jess, and step your shit up.
Yeah.
If you want to get to the place where that girl is, then you need to take some better steps. Don't have no more kids. Get your ass a degree. Stop coming to work, in the words of my grandma, looking like Who Shot John. And I don't mean no disrespect when I say that.
Right.
But when you leave the house for your job, even if you're on camera with your job, it's time to grow up. It's time to put something on your face. it's time to put something on your lips. Like, it's time for you to present. Because that girl, she cute.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I know that's hard for women to hear. And I know we don't want to live by that creed. But sometimes
It is
I
what
have
it
this
is.
conversation with my friend who is drop dead gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Monet is drop dead gorgeous. And I tell her all the time, you underestimate your pretty. People think because she's beautiful that she would probably be like stuck up. She's nothing like that. But I tell
Mm-hmm.
her all the time, you underestimate the doors that pretty can get you in. And that is what that girl did.
Yeah.
She has let her, and not saying she's using her looks to get
Right.
ahead, but
Right.
I'm saying the fact that she's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It has, people are just probably more comfortable around her. Listen, her and Jess is the definition of what Phylicia Rashad was talking about.
Yeah.
You the strip on the college campus. She is the distinguished woman on the college campus.
And let's keep it real. That's probably what hurt Jess the most because she knows that.
Yes. And that's why I said it's going to be highly offensive. But at some point, all of us have had to swallow. Oh, she cuter than me.
Mm-hmm.
Or you been the cuter than girl. Like, at some point, this situation has crossed all of us. And now she's sitting in the seat where she can clearly see that that girl is better than her.
Yeah.
And what your mom used to tell you when was growing up, boys used to say, they daddies used to say it to them all the time. It's always going to be somebody bigger and better than you.
Yeah.
It's somebody bigger and better than you, Jess.
Mm-hmm.
But it just didn't come the way you thought it was going to come. And now you kind of off your game.
Yeah.
Now you pulled your white woman card.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm highly disappointed in.
The comedian pulled the white woman card.
Child.
And you needed to, I mean, maybe she did need to be humble because, and it's like a part of me can't really blame her, not for the white woman card, but the way she carried herself and presented herself on the Breakfast Club. Now, she, like you said, she didn't even know when to grow up. Like, you're a professional now. This is a professional job.
The moment she got that job,
mm-hmm.
It was like, oh, you in the big leagues.
Yeah, this ain't just you delivering Jess with the mess on your Instagram anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, you needed to know, like, okay, I got to step my, like the girls say, and I'm talking about the GURLS's, step your pussy up, excuse me,
Listen,
but that's what you needed to do.
It's time.
It's time.
And I heard somebody make a comment like, baby, you work in corporate America.
Mm-hmm.
See, you think you on the radio.
Right.
You work for a corporation.
Yes.
You work for iHeartRadio.
Yeah, it's like they hired you on. Yes, they hired you on as Jess with the mess, but Jess Hilarious. Okay, but now you need to be Jessica, if that's your real name.
But Jessica worked for iHeartRadio.
Thank you.
Jess with the mess is on the Breakfast Club.
Right.
But Jessica is an employee at a major corporation.
Right.
You better get it together, boo.
Yeah.
And this is why it matters who kind of friends you have around you.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my homegirl talk about this all the time. What do people be talking about with their friends? What y'all be saying to them?
Well, especially for somebody in her position, they're kissing her ass. Let's just keep it real.
I just say,
she ain't got no real friends.
You can't look for the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You can't look for the truth from people who need you.
Yep.
You gotta get you a couple friends who won't be asking you for shit. Who gonna tell you the truth.
But then, are you going to receive that truth? Because then we go back to the Monique thing. See, we preaching on this show today because we giving a lot of little gems here. Then you go back to Monique, who we're sure people have been telling her for years, girl, shut up. You're the problem. What did you do? Blah, blah, and we all know people like this. It's called narcissist.
I will say this about some of my friends. I'm not critical, but I'm direct.
Yes, thank you.
You know, if you dial this number,
you're going to
tell me the truth. So tell me what, and I'm going to tell you the truth.
Right.
And I've never had anybody not talk to me no more because of it. What usually happens is after the debacle is through, they come back and say, thank you for telling me the truth. You a good friend. I appreciate that you let me come and tell you, and I don't feel judged. You didn't make me feel bad about myself. And that's why I tell people, quit lying to people and be honest with them because they appreciate that.
Right.
People appreciate it in the end. But people so scared now. Baby, I
Yeah.
ain't scared of none of
They
y'all.
don't want to lose people and everything.
God
I'm like,
bless you.
forget yeah, exactly. There you go.
Because I'm a believer, and if you go, you go. You weren't supposed to
Mhm.
be there.
Right.
If
Thank
you
you.
stay, we in it. But
Mhm.
whatever.
Right. Ooh,
Well,
child.
as usual, you can reach us at girl_you know what, at Wellness and Women, and at Danny B Speaks. We hope that something has been said or done that enlightens your life, because we left a lot of good information this week.
Mhm.
You guys have an amazing week, and bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.